PPD assessment.
Good day, I am Midshipman Wadjong from Section 3 Argon. Now we will identify the process or event of 4-stroke and 2-stroke diesel engine. Now, what is 4-stroke diesel engine? A 4-stroke engine is an internal combustion engine in which the piston completes 4 separate strokes while turning the crankshaft. A stroke refers to a full travel of the piston along the cylinder in either direction. Now, this is my diagram. A is refers to intake or also known as induction or sanction. This stroke of piston begins at the top dead center and ends to the bottom dead center. In this stroke, the intake valve, this is the intake valve, is mostly in open position while the piston pulls an air fuel mixture into the cylinder by producing vacuum pressure into the cylinder through its downward motion. The piston is moving downward as air is being sucked in by the downward motion against the piston. Now, the B is refers to compression. Compression is this stroke begins at bottom dead center or just at the end of the sanction stroke and ends at top dead center. In this stroke, the piston compresses the air fuel mixture in preparation for ignition during stroke. Both the intake and exhaust valve are closed during stage. C is the combustion. This is the combustion or also known as power ignition. This is the start of the second revolution of the 4-stroke cycle. At this point, the crankshaft has completed a full 360 degrees revolution while the piston is at top dead center. The compressed air fuel mixture is ignited by heat generated by high compression forceful, then turning the piston to bottom dead center. This stroke produces mechanical work from the engine to turn the crankshaft. Now, we're D or the exhaust, the last stroke or also known as outlet. During the exhaust stroke, the piston once again turns from bottom dead center to top dead center while the exhaust valve is open. This is the exhaust valve. This action expelled the spent air fuel. Next is the 2-stroke. 2-stroke are same as 4-stroke because 2-stroke has intake, compression, power, and exhaust. But 2-stroke engine requires 2 piston movements in order to generate power. The engine is able to produce power after 1 cycle because the exhaust and intake of gas occurs simultaneously. There is a valve for intake and intake stroke that opens and closes due to changing pressure. In addition, due to its frequent contact with moving components, the fuel is mixed with oil to add lubrication, allowing smoother stroke. Now, 2-stroke contains 2 processes: the compression stroke, and power stroke. What is the compression stroke? The compression stroke is the inlet port opens, the air fuel mix enters the chamber, and the piston moves upward compressing the mixture. A spark plug ignites the compressed fuel and begins the power stroke. Now, power stroke is the heated gas exert high pressure on the piston moves downward, or expansion weighs the heat exhaust. Then next is the method of charging of 4-stroke and 2-stroke. The method of charging in 4-stroke is through the intake valve during its function. And the method of charging in 2-stroke are uniflow scavenging, cross-flow scavenging, or loop flow scavenging. The uniflow scavenging is the unless are timed to begin opening towards the end of power stroke after the cylinder pressure has dropped applicably. And next is the cross-flow scavenging. The scavenging air enters in one side of the cylinder and flows out in the opposite side. And next is the loop flow scavenging. It replaces the exhaust product with the fresh mix and create a cycle with only compression and power stroke. And that is the end of my assessment.